No, no, you shall watch Revenge of the Sith.
Hello, Star Wars fans, and welcome to this audio fan commentary on Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, don't you mean shit? Joking.
Ew. Directed by George Lucas and released in 2005, which was 12 years ago. Oh, bloody hell. Time does fly. This is the third and final film of the, I don't want to say acclaimed prequel trilogy, the well-known Star Wars prequel trilogy.
I know the unacclaimed prequel trilogy.
Yeah, and well, this is very clearly the best of the three movies, which doesn't say much, but hey ho, it's the best one. So after our groan-inducing commentary on Attack of the Moans previously, we thought it'd be nice to have a bit more of a positive reflection this time around. So yeah, Revenge of the Sith. This, like before, this is going to be just a fan commentary. We're not doing this for financial gain. We're just fans.
Or are we? Joking.
But yes, yes. So we're here to just hopefully watch and enjoy Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, if you want to follow along, put your DVD or Blu-ray in, put the timestamp to 0, and have a good time in a galaxy far, far away. So Jack,
Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, Merry fucking Crimbo indeed.
But by the way, before we start, there are some people who actually think The Phantom Menace is the best of the prequel trilogy. Like,
say that my mum actually really likes the Phantom. I mean, my mum isn't a Star Wars fan, but you know, I've showed her some of the films, and she really enjoyed the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
surprised.
Yeah, that guy, Hello Greedo, the guy in the Stormtrooper helmet, the YouTube reviewer. I think Alan knows what I'm talking about. You might know as well, but he said his favorite of the prequel trilogy was the Phantom Menace. But there we go.
I'd be surprised if anyone says the favorite was Attack of the Clone.
Yeah. Oh God. Attack of the Bones.
Well, anyway, let's get on to Revenge of the Sith. So, ready, Jack?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, play. Lucasfilm. Oh no, 20th Century Fox.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
I do miss the 20th Century Fox logo at the start of Star Wars. I mean, it might return now since Disney are actually trying to buy out 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, Disney are trying to buy out everything, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of getting sick of it. Oh, shit.
Well, need to know, both of us, this is actually quite special because we were both very young and we both saw it in the cinema. But
yeah. I remember my dad bringing me to see this back. I was about 7 years old. I remember I got into Star Wars the previous year, back in 2004, when they released the special edition DVD. My uncle gave me a bootleg of the trilogy of the original 3, and I watched them. And I mean, it was really good quality, those bootlegs, by the way. But I watched the original trilogy, and then I watched Attack of the Clones, and then Phantom Menace, and then I saw Revenge of the Sith in 2005 with my dad, my brother, and I was actually worried at the time I wouldn't get in to see it because it was a 12, but
yeah, same.
Yeah, but I did manage to see it, and you know, as a kid, I fucking loved Revenge of the Sith. I absolutely loved it. Like watching it, I mean, this is the first Star Wars film I saw in the cinema, and to me, as like an 8-year-old kid, it was just epic, you know. And coming out of it, I remember coming out of it, and like even my dad thought it was amazing. Like,
yeah, I was very, very blown away by it. I mean, I was a kid. I was hyping this movie a lot, and at one time, I considered it my favorite Star Wars movie when I was a kid. Obviously, now I've realized it's not all it's cracked up to be, but it's still good. This is actually an awesome opening scene.
Yeah, I mean, seeing this in the cinema, I actually clearly remember seeing this opening shot in the cinema. It was epic, and this opening I think is really great. I think it goes on a bit too long, but it's a much better way to open the film than Taxes or Padme's decoy ship blowing up in Attack of the Clones. Much more epic way to
Yeah,
immerse you in the film.
I agree, because it's nice to have an action-packed opening for a change. Yeah, even though the first 20 minutes do feel kind of separate to the main story of the movie. I mean, this opening could be quite unnecessary, but I don't mind it. I mean, although it does go on too long, like the first 20 minutes are,
Yeah.
you know.
I have to say, like, even though it's only been 3 years, it looks like the special effects have come on so much better in this film.
Yeah, and also Revenge of the Sith is the most visually interesting of the 3 prequels.
Yeah. Well, I say Natalie Portman is quite interesting visually in the second film.
For 2 reasons. Vulture droids. They could have made much more of them.
I mean, this is kind of a weird thing to say, but Anakin's, like, I think his haircut in this is much better than he had in Attack of the Clones.
I agree. Kind of shows he's matured a little bit. And actually, speaking of which, Hayden Christensen is better in this movie. He's a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could tell, like, he's a lot more at ease in this film than he was in Attack of the Clones. I mean, Attack of the Clones, he was absolutely awful, but here he does, at least he tries a little bit more, even though that's not saying a huge, it's not saying a huge amount.
I mean, in this first half of the movie, he is still quite awkward with some lines, but I think when we get to him, when he turns to Vader, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Christensen, he could be a good actor if he actually, and obviously if he didn't have a bad script, George Lucas would have written.
Yeah. I mean, the CGI is much better here, I think, than the first 2 Star Wars films in the prequel trilogy. Like, it just looks so much better. I mean,
yeah,
I would have preferred more models, but if George has to use computers, I don't mind.
You know what? As it goes, it'll do.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with you. This movie is more epic than the first 2. And at least, unlike the first 2, stuff actually.
Yeah, straight away, you're not bored like in the first 2.
This is the only kind of holds the trilogy together.
Yeah.
Sad.
I mean, I think you could basically skip the first 2 films and just go to Revenge of the Sith. Because that's where the real story lies. Forget the first 2, just watch Revenge of the Sith.
It's a shame that the build up to this trilogy, like the first 2, like it doesn't build up very well. And then I mean the payoff is good with Revenge of the Sith, but like you don't get the sense of character arcs. Anakin goes from being a brat to being Darth Vader, and that's it.
Yeah. I do like this action scene though. It is cool, even if it goes on a bit.
Yeah, the buzz droids.
Yeah. Buzz Cola in The Simpsons.
In the name of...
I mean, yeah, what is interesting about Revenge of the Sith is that it's the Star Wars films that fans have been waiting for, since 1999.
Yeah, it's the only one of the prequels that we really wanted to see.
Yeah.
We see Vader, how Anakin becomes evil.
Yeah. I mean, I bet a lot of fans were expecting the third one to be crap as well, but surprisingly, it turned out much better than the other 2. I think George Lucas finally got off his arse and said, okay, we need to deliver a story here with the third one.
Yeah, I think some people actually do think this is just as bad as the first 2, but
yeah,
I mean, I think, give it a little credit where it's due. It did try. They did try with Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. I mean, what I like about this straight away is it's Star Wars. There's a war in space. It's not tax wars or love wars or anything like that,
I mean, it starts like right in the middle of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I mean, the other 2 films started off really, kind of boring.
Actually, in this scene, I like the banter between Obi-Wan and Anakin. He's like, you notice the shields are still up? You know, don't get by, you're not helping. All of that back and forth. That's what I wanted in Attack of the Clones. To be honest, they're separate for most of the film. It's a shame.
Yeah.
In Phantom Menace, they didn't get many scenes together.
I also like Ewan McGregor's haircut. He looks much more like a younger Alec Guinness in this film than he did in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, Attack of the Clones, Ewan McGregor looked fine, but his haircut was quite long.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say, Ewan McGregor is always, very good in all the. I think, Revenge of the Sith might be his best performance. Like that scene later, we all know where he says, "You were the chosen one."
His speech, yeah.
There he is, General Grievous. I like General Grievous.
Yeah,
I think
he's pretty cool. I mean, he doesn't get much to do, but I think he's quite funny.
I prefer him to Count Dooku.
Dun, dun, dun.
I prefer Grievous much more than Count Dooku. My brother actually loves General Grievous. I mean, one thing I will say about Grievous is he looks awesome.
Oh yeah, he looks scary, really freaky.
Yeah, he's like an alien encased in like a droid's body
with a severe case of asthma.
Yeah.
Dooku predicted.
I think they explained it in the Clone Wars cartoon that Mace Windu crushed his chest with the Force.
Yeah, Mace Windu crushed his chest. I've seen that cartoon. It's actually rather good.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this stuff here that we get now is just filler. It's like, come on, guys, can we get to the point?
Yeah, I think they just wanted to open up the movie with a fun action scene, but it is kind of, unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, just this whole first 20 minutes, I don't really know where it's going.
I think the humor works here, I think, a bit more than the previous prequels as well. Like, the humor in the previous prequels just did not work.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I don't know if Hayden Christensen was trying for clones, but it wasn't.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like, Obi-Wan's line, always on the move.
Lady. So uncivilized.
Yeah.
I agree. Those droids are useless.
Yeah.
I mean,
just one strike from a lightsaber and they're down.
They're absolutely useless in the Phantom Menace. I mean, they never actually improved them in the next two prequels.
They're like stick men. The droids are like stick men. They break so easily.
And they sound pathetic. Like the voices.
Hands up, Jedi. Yeah.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, the stormtroopers aren't the best shots, but at least they're more of a physical presence than the droids.
Yeah. Last. I mean, you gotta hand it to George. He loves his computer. He loves his effects. He is a technical wizard.
Although I agree with Mark Kermode in his review of the Phantom Menace in 3D, take him away from his computer.
You gotta take his computer away from him.
Yeah.
No, George, no.
Mark Kermode's Phantom Menace rant is hilarious.
Jar Jar Binks.
as I said in my review, Jar Jar stinks.
That he does. That's lightsaber fight.
I have to say, Count Dooku is wasted here. Like, there was no point in including him in this film, really. He just gets killed off.
There's no point including him in Attack of the Clones either.
Yeah. I mean, I like Christopher Lee, but he's so wasted in the prequels.
It's funny, the acting is so wooden for most of the cast. They waste the best actor that they've got.
Yeah. They should have used him more in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would have rather they had one main villain in the prequel trilogy than three for each film. Because, you had Darth Maul for Phantom Menace, you had Count Dooku for Attack of the Clones, although he was barely in it, and you also have General Grievous in Episode 3. Like, it would have been much better if they had one consistent, like, evil villain throughout the entire prequel trilogy instead of 3, because you don't have enough time to focus on them. Like, you didn't have enough time to focus on Darth Maul. You didn't have enough time to focus on Dooku, and the same with Grievous. Like,
yeah. Although you could make the argument, kind of the main villain, but then again, he's in the background. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really see him doing any really evil stuff in the prequels until this film.
Well, I would say for the first 2 movies, yeah, you should have one clear villain, but
yeah,
because Anakin turns evil.
Yeah.
More about him.
I mean, I will say,
he becomes the villain.
Yeah. I'll say that this lightsaber fight's much better than the one in Attack of the Clones. That was just stupid. Like, you know.
Fights that we have in this film, this is probably the weakest.
Yeah.
It's just kind of pointless anything to the story.
Yeah. I mean, I like the lightsaber fights, but I think there might be a bit too many in Revenge of the Sith. Like, we didn't really need this.
Like 5 lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
But the sound design is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he turns up to say, like, 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah. You know what I don't understand? when Palpatine says kill him, like, does Anakin not know he's evil when, like, he said that to him?
I mean, Palpatine basically drops the hints to Anakin, like, so obviously.
Yeah. It's hard to see, but you can actually see, like, Count Dooku's head fall off there, like, in CGI, like, once he beheads him with the lightsaber.
Good, Anakin, good.
I mean, I don't understand how he doesn't see Palpatine as being evil when he says, go ahead, kill him, do it. Like, you know.
I don't know. Because the thing is, Anakin is confused. He's a emotional actor, and Palpatine is playing off that.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I think, like, Palpatine in this film is, like, 60. I think he's in his, like, I think he was, like, in his 50s in, like, Phantom Menace, and then this he's in his, like, 60s.
So in Return of the Jedi, he's, like, in his 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
He's really old.
Yeah. I mean, he has a walking stick in Return of the Jedi, so you know he's old and that.
Anakin's reaction to that is just so blah. It's like, I shouldn't have done that. It's not the Jedi way.
Yeah.
Sounds so much like that.
Yeah.
And then again, he's manipulating him because he's saying, "Oh, you know, you remember what you told me about your mother? You know how you wanted revenge." So,
they always use that scream in Star Wars, like the Wilhelm scream.
Oh yeah, the Wilhelm scream.
Like, it kind of gets a bit cheesy after a while, but
yeah.
I mean, if that's one thing I don't want to hear in Star Wars again, is the Wilhelm scream. You just hear it all the time. Like. Also,
you say about Palpatine being evil. He would just let Obi-Wan be left on the cruiser. He said, "Let's just leave without him."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, we're taking Obi-Wan."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he doesn't, like, suss out that there's something not quite right with Palpatine already. Yeah, I think this scene's already gone on 15 minutes. I think it is a bit. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing I will say. The prequels, they aren't as slow as I remember, like, rewatching them. I mean, at least the openings, anyway, aren't as slow as I remember.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit too long, I think, 15 minutes of the film. Fire booster engines! Yeah. Like, I love Grievous.
Yeah. I think they were just trying to pad out Revenge of the Sith to make it 2 hours, 20 minutes.
I think he said, I think George was thinking, like, it's the last of the Star Wars films. Let's just make it epic. Or the last of the Star Wars films at the time, anyway.
R2-D2. Also, the John Williams score is very good.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing now that we still have Star Wars films, because, like, for years and years, Revenge of the Sith was the last Star Wars film, and I really thought that was it, because it says on the DVD the saga is complete.
Yeah, for 10 years it was the last one.
Yeah.
Until, obviously, Episode 7 came out 2 years ago.
And now we're getting a Star Wars film once a year.
Well, at least it's not 3 times a year.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the reason why the MCU is kind of getting really boring now. It's just getting repetitive, the MCU. I hope the same doesn't happen for Star Wars. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm still confident. I mean, given the reception of The Last Jedi currently, so far, I think Star Wars is doing fine. I think there'll always be a fan base for Star Wars.
yeah, they will. Yeah.
R2, get down here.
George Decaz.
Doop, 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 doop.
This may sound weird, but Hayden Kit Christensen kind of reminds me of my cousin. He just seems so bored all the time. Like, he just seems so bored all the time. That's why he reminds me of my cousin, because he seems bored all the time.
Oh, so does your cousin not like sand?
Oh no, I don't know. I think he
Ray
does.
Shields. I don't like Ray Shields. They're coarse, rough, irritating, get everywhere.
What? General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected. What? He's much taller than Anakin.
He's taking the piss, isn't he?
Yeah.
The negotiator.
I love the look of General Grievous. He just looks awesome as a villain and sounds cool. You know.
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. It's cool as well. You got these like droids with the saber staff things. Like they got these like staffs that can fight back against lightsabers.
Yeah. Try not to.
It's kind of cool that droid's still fighting with its head off.
In addition to my collection.
Oh, what bit are you on?
Literally the bit when R2 goes crazy. They just broke free. Okay, we get it. There's more action. But
Yeah.
I do like the Grievous bodyguards. I think they're quite intimidating.
Yeah, they're cool.
Like, they have those electronic staffs. And then he's fighting with his head off.
Yeah. He lost his head.
Do you think some of the lightsaber fights in this film were too over choreographed?
I guess so, but I don't mind them. Like,
Yeah, I don't mind. Choreographed the Mustafar fight quite a lot.
General Grievous.
And Grievous can now breathe in space.
Yeah. I like the fact he calls him General Kenobi. It's just kind of funny.
And not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. In space, no one can hear you scream.
No. Yeah. So the droids are pathetic. They're just running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. Ah!
One thing I don't understand is how can the droids like think and say, "We got to get out of here"? They're robots, you know.
And what causes the ship to break in half?
I don't know.
It's a cool sequence. Getting back to Coruscant, I do quite like it.
Circumstances, I'd say the ability to pilot this thing is irrelevant.
Greatest pilot in the galaxy, because he accidentally blew up a Trade Federation ship.
Yeah. Fly me to the moon.
It is stupid how in the Phantom Menace, Anakin blows up the Trade Federation ship.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why is the ship breaking apart. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Did he just flick a switch? Is that it? He flicked some kind of switch.
Yeah, George never explains it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I love the score by John Williams.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Seeing this in the cinema was amazing.
Yeah, I have to say John Williams' score for all the Star Wars films are great, apart from probably The Force Awakens.
I mean, it was still good,
Yeah,
but not as good as the other 6. And
Yeah.
apparently the score for The Last Jedi is very good.
I heard. Yeah, I think John Williams was ill during The Force Awakens and also didn't have much time for the score.
Yeah. I thought Rey's theme was very good.
Yeah.
I think
Coming in too hot.
I think that track that was just playing was actually one they used in The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
When Anakin blows the ship up, actually, funnily enough. That opening-
CGI, I have to say, CGI of the prequels is still pretty impressive. Even today, CGI
Yeah.
is still pretty damn impressive.
Happy landing.
Happy landing. Oh,
I think there's a. Oh, I see the Millennium Falcon there. Do you?
no, I didn't see it. What was it?
It was on the bottom of the frame.
Oh, I'll have to check that shot again later.
Yeah.
Oh, I never noticed that until now.
Yeah, they added it in. Someone pointed it out to me. No, it was pointed out in a Star Wars review of Revenge of the Sith. They're like, "Oh, there's a Millennium Falcon."
I'm guessing the Han Solo film is probably going to be set probably about nearly 20 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, because I mean, Han Solo was born by this time.
Yeah, like obviously before Rogue One. It might have to be before Rogue One.
I'm worried about the Han Solo movie. I think it might be terrible from all the ideas and the. I mean, it's gone through development hell. I'm
Yeah.
worried about that film. Plus, I don't
think-
think we really need to have a Han Solo film.
Yeah, I like what they've done with the character, just the way they've done it. He's in 4 Star Wars movies. That's enough.
Not only that, but like I agree with my friend. I can't see anyone else play Han Solo apart from Harrison Ford.
Harrison bored of Han Solo. I'm getting tired of this role. Can I move on, please?
Yeah.
Why is Jar Jar still a senator?
I know.
Give me.
He's the most pathetic senator in Star Wars. He gives Palpatine emergency powers.
Attack of the Clones. Yeah. Jar Jar dooms the Republic. It's fucking useless.
I will give emergency powers over to Chancellor Palpatine.
The Supreme Chancellor.
Well, there's Padme.
She doesn't look heavily pregnant.
I think she's just pregnant at this time. I think time passes.
I was going to say, yeah. He must have been quite a long time.
I think time passes in this film. I know Alan said in his review, like, "Oh, Padme, she's pregnant in only a few weeks." What? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's over several months.
Yeah.
I don't think the downfall of the Republic happens over a few weeks, but
Yeah, it's not believable. I mean,
Anakin's penis regenerating into a vagina? It's not believable.
it was the Force, Anakin. And I'm sure he did.
You're trembling.
See, look, I don't know how to play Hayden Christensen's reaction here. He says, "Oh, that's wonderful. Like you just found out you're going to be a father. What? Why are you so like? You should be happy about this. Like, what?
You know, I don't understand though. If they're keeping their affair secret, and she says a wonderful thing's happening, I'm pregnant. Surely that would be a bad thing because they would want to keep the child private, like away from everybody, so that they would know they're having a relationship. Like, surely that's a bad thing. Her being pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
could you imagine if Anakin was like pissed off? He's like, "No, you're getting an abortion." And he got his lightsaber, like literally cut the baby out with the lightsaber.
Babies, there's twins.
Yeah, the babies, yeah.
Well, then again, they could have done a cesarean on Padme.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, like
that would be funny if like Darth Vader was there for the cesarean. It's like we need to cut the twins out. Hold on, let me do it. Like,
hello, kids. Daddy's here. But surely, though, like Padme is pregnant, right? How does everybody not notice that she's pregnant? Surely they must ask questions like, "Oh, how did you get pregnant? And who's the father?" You know, ooh. But maybe the Jedi Council.
One thing I don't get in one continuity error I don't get in Empire Strikes Back is Darth Vader only just finds out he is a son, but surely he would have known that because, like, Padme says, "I'm pregnant," like, you know.
Yeah, but I think the Emperor has kind of clouded his mind, so he doesn't. He obviously knows he has a son, but I don't think he quite knows it's Luke until then.
Yeah, but I know. But Episode 5, he's shocked to even find out that he even has a son. It's like, but surely you would know that you would have a son or a daughter anyway because Padme said she was like pregnant. I mean, there are a few continuity errors, but I mean that's just George.
Yeah, I take it to the assumption that George wanted us to assume that Vader was so clouded by evil and the dark side that made it kind of not some, but kind of lose sight of his sins. I mean, he didn't realize he had a daughter in Jedi, so.
Oh god, this scene where like she's combing her hair in the balcony.
Blinded you. Well, that's not exactly what I meant.
Oh god,
George, we don't need any more love scenes.
Imagine she fell over the balcony.
Like, the only one who notices that she's pregnant is Obi-Wan. He says, Anakin's the father, isn't he? And she nods. Says, I'm so sorry. I mean, surely the Jedi Council probably know that Anakin got her pregnant, which is probably why he's not made a Jedi Master.
Yeah. I love the bit where, like, Obi-Wan fucks Padme says, "Oh, Anakin's the father, isn't he? I'm so sorry," like in your sketch.
Yeah.
It's like, could you imagine if Obi-Wan was the one who made her pregnant or gave her quadruplets or something like that, or triplets?
I think they should call him Obi-Wand.
Obi-Wank.
Oh my god.
Oh, this scene where he sees her dying, like in his dreams. Like,
this actually scared me when I first saw it in cinema. I was surprised.
It's quite a dark scene.
I mean, I think it's actually quite clever the way George kind of tied it all in the sense that, you know, the reason, you know, it's quite tragic the way that their relationship ends, you know, when she dies in childbirth and he turns evil, and the fact that his nightmare comes true. I think it's really sad. I think it's done really well.
Yeah, his nightmare would have been averted if he didn't listen to the dreams. If he didn't listen to Palpatine, his nightmare would have been averted.
Yeah, his emotions overtake him, and as we know, Palpatine plays on that, and obviously seduces him to the dark side.
No, I will fuck you.
Use the Force, you fucking cunt.
Get that lightsaber out for me right now. One thing I was saying, Natalie Portman was looking pretty fit.
Oh, look at her twin set and pearls.
She looks pretty sexy.
She hasn't aged a day. Like, in the timeline of the trilogy, she has not aged since The Phantom Menace.
Oh, I think she has, but she still looks pretty fit, though.
She still looks young as well.
Yeah. I'll say Anakin scored well with her.
Yeah, he used his Jedi mind tricks.
Why would you get rid of her for like fucking an old man like Palpatine?
Yeah. You do question whether Palpatine has an ulterior motive.
Maybe Anakin's gay and he just likes. Maybe Anakin's gay and he just likes sprinkly dick, sprinkly old dick.
Maybe Palpatine's gay. Maybe that's what his whole thing is. Like he's getting his next like next partner, and then he's just like doing away with them until he can find the right man. He's trying to match himself. And then Anakin.
It's strange that he needs young, strong, handsome men. Palpatine is strange that he needs that as his apprentices. Like he needs Luke as a young, strong man, and Anakin as a young, strong man. Maybe there's something going behind closed doors on the Death Star.
I know we're going to touch on this at the very end of the film, but when Leia says in Return of the Jedi, you know, when they say, "Do you remember your mother, your real mother?" Yeah, she died when I was very young, just a bit. But you were 30 seconds old. You were literally a minute old. How could you remember?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Continuity error from George.
The script said it, so that's why I did it.
Yoda.
Someone you know.
I have to say, Yoda in the prequels is fucking boring.
Yeah.
He's all right in The Phantom Menace, but in the next two, he's just so dull. I mean, it's nice to see him fight the Emperor, but he was so much more. He was such a different character in Empire.
Yeah, I love the fact that he was a wacky old, man.
He got insane.
That's what I liked about him. Wacky old dude. That's what I liked about him. Yeah,
I just don't find him very interesting in Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones or even The Phantom Menace.
I actually agree with you. Like, even when I watched the prequels as a kid, I thought Yoda was kind of dull in the prequels because he wasn't like crazy or like all over the place like he was in Empire or Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, he's a bit better in Revenge of the Sith because he has more to do, but still.
One thing I'm surprised though, like he replaced the puppet in Phantom Menace. I'm surprised he didn't replace the puppet in Empire or Jedi.
I think actually this is the point where the film is really sort of slowing down.
Yeah.
The film kind of, for me.
The whole Anakin. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say after the opening scene when they get back to Coruscant and until the opera scene, from that 20-minute section is really dull for me. What were you going to say?
I was going to say I just find the whole Anakin trying to get in the Jedi Council thing, it's just kind of pointless. Like, they're not letting me in the council. Like, really?
It's not fair.
It's like they grant him a master. It's like, they made me a master, but I'm not in the council. It's unheard of. It's like, well, who gives a shit? You're a master,
Oh, no. They put him on the council, but they didn't make him a master.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wrong way around, yeah.
But they don't. They only did it just because he's close to the Chancellor. And also probably because they're trying to find out, what's going on with Padme, why she's pregnant.
I do really like these scenes in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin and Ian McDermott's character, Palpatine, are talking to each other. Like you had only one scene between them in Attack of the Clones where they're talking to each other, saying, "Oh, you might become more powerful, Master Yoda." But
yeah, I agree. I think their scenes in Revenge of the Sith are great. I mean, they only get one moment in The Phantom Menace as well, at the very end. We shall watch your career with great interest.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. You see how he manipulates him from the very start of the trilogy, but it's really here that he really starts his manipulation on Anakin.
Yeah. It's like, how the hell does he plan this? Like, Palpatine has spent years planning this to great effect.
I think he probably had an idea, and then when he became Chancellor, he slowly is debuilding the Empire Republic.
Yeah. I mean, in The Phantom Menace, we see him manipulate the Queen into voting for no confidence. So
it's unfair.
Just and they can dethrone Chancellor Valorum, so replace him.
Yeah. How can you be on the council and not be a master?
Take your motherfucking seat, Skywalker.
Sit your fucking ass down.
Your punk ass down.
Your punk ass down. Suck my big black Johnson, Skywalker.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Could you imagine Samuel Jackson from The Hateful Eight Ollie going like, suck my big black Johnson, Skywalker?
Then he draws his lightsaber. It's nice to see the Jedi Council finally doing something in this movie. I mean, they did turn up at the end of Attack of the Clones. It's nice to know in this one that in Revenge of the Sith, that that some of them are actually going to other planets and fighting in the Clone Wars. And it's nice to see Obi-Wan getting his own little mission, going after Grievous. I think that's a really entertaining sequence. But right now, what we're getting is just the filler stuff with Anakin, who's moaning about the Jedi Council. George Lucas was often criticized for having his characters sit around and talking and explaining the plot. It is kind of stupid how Anakin doesn't suspect the Chancellor, not for 1 second, until he sees Mace Windu and him fighting. He's in complete denial. Oh.
Buddy.
Oh. What?
Someone.
It's kind of stupid. Anakin doesn't suspect the Chancellor until he sees Mace Windu trying to kill him.
By the way, I'm just going to phone someone quickly. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'll still be here.
They're asking me to do something against the Jedi Code. The Republic is the mentor and the friend. That's what's out of place. Why are you asking me?
I have to agree with Jack. The visuals are a lot more interesting in this film than the first two. And it's definitely to Revenge of the Sith 4 is the visuals. He never has. Well, he's about to, Obi-Wan. He's about to let you down real hard. It's nice that we get to go in this film. Kashyyyk. Oh, this is another scene that really is droning to sit through. It's like no kids are going to get about the politics in this film. So I honestly just you don't even need it, really. I mean, all it is just Anakin and Padme talking about politics. I mean, Natalie Portman, considering what she had to work with the previous two films, best performance So yeah, she is better in this film. I think everybody's better in this movie. I mean, Hayden Christensen is still not great, but you know, compared to Attack of the Clones, it will do. You know, can't ask much more of him like this. You know, you gotta, gonna be a little bit, I suppose. Hold me, Annie. Hold me when there was nothing but our love. George. Romance, novel, dialogue, which we don't need. And this scene is a scene that everybody talks about and everybody loves. It's just wonderful. I mean, this is one of the best written scenes in the film. I give full credit for George Lucas. When you see when Palpatine is telling the story of Darth Plagueis and the beautiful visuals in the middle are just incredible. Really, really great imagery. I mean, because up to this point, not much has really happened in terms of the story. So we're slowly seeing Palpatine finally weaving Anakin into turning to the dark side, which is very sneaky. Sorry, I need a drink. I've got a really bad cough.
I'm back.
Oh, we're on the opera scene now.
Yes. This is probably one of the best scenes in the film.
Yeah, I mean, actually, credit where it's due. George Lucas wrote this scene really well.
Yeah.
I mean, how has Anakin not clocked it? This guy is evil.
Yeah. Evil, evil.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Do it. And the midi-chlorians, I still don't get that. You know, fucking hell. Anakin is not Jesus Christ.
I think Ian McDermott's acting here is really good. He could save others, but not himself. Like,
I mean, he's one of the best actors in this trilogy.
yeah. Not for the Jedi. I love the soundtrack. The it's classic.
Oh, for which bit?
For the bit where they arrive in the Wookiee
Oh, right.
place.
Yeah, I'm not quite on that bit yet. That's probably why I got confused.
A natural for the Jedi.
Not for the Jedi. It's ironic. I love the way that this is interwoven. How he knows that Anakin and Padme are married, and he knows Anakin wants to save his wife from dying, and it's clever, very clever writing.
In real life, he wants to fuck him. Joking. Yeah, I love this music here.
It's funny. I think it's worthy to note. Originally, we were going to see the Wookiees in Return of the Jedi, but Lucas couldn't find the actors that were tall enough to play the Wookiees, so they went to the Ewoks.
To be honest, I don't mind the Ewok home in Return of the Jedi. I know people have problems with the Ewoks, but I don't really mind the Ewoks. I don't really think they're that bad. I mean, at least they're not the fucking Gungans.
Or Jar Jar Binks, yeah. I mean, for what it's worth, at least we get to see the Wookiees in Revenge of the Sith, you know. It's nice that the Jedi Council are finally getting off their asses and doing something. I mean, some of them are actually doing something, which is good.
I like the way Mace Windu, it's like, the Master requested I do it.
Master Kenobi should.
It's kind of amazing how Anakin, this one Jedi Knight who isn't even a Master, manages to take down the whole of the Jedi, manages to wipe them all out.
I guess he's just consumed with rage.
Yeah. And one thing I will say is really disappointing about the prequels is none of the clones are in Stormtrooper armor. Like, they're all CGI.
Yeah.
Like, you could have at least got a couple of guys in clone armor.
I mean, you did for the Wookiees, so they're the only real thing in this shot.
Dun, 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 dun,
Ah, the droids, crap.
Yeah.
I
I mean, this is more of a Star Wars film than the previous two, because there's actually stuff that happens. Tarzan Wookiees.
I mean, the battles in this film are epic. Dun, 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 dun.
I've disappointed you.
Yeah, you have, Hayden. You have. Hey, don't act again. Yeah.
I like this scene.
This film is the only film of the trilogy where you see genuine chemistry between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because he's proud of Anakin, and then Anakin basically betrays him in the whole of the Jedi Order unwillingly, you know.
Yeah. So he was manipulated into doing it, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's eventually his apprentice that kills him, you know.
Which is even more tragic for episode 4. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird how, like, if you watch all the movies back to back in order, going from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope must be quite jarring because they're two very different films.
Hmm.
Dun,
I don't see the point in the clones, like the stormtroopers, like I said, are all different shapes and sizes. They have different voices and all that. I don't know why George decided to make them clones, but oh well.
Yeah. It's a good idea, but it's poorly executed.
Yeah.
Who is Master Sifo-Dyas? Why did he make the clones? You know,
I'm guessing Master Scythe of Dace is Darth Sidious, but I could be wrong.
yeah, that's what I thought, because he somehow has control over them to turn evil. It's like that. It's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
I think that music there was great. The
Get more of these flashbacks or flash forwards or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to say, Natalie Portman's looking pretty fit again, even though she's pregnant.
To be honest, with Padme dies in childbirth, I'm not surprised if Anakin would blame Obi-Wan. It's all Obi-Wan's fault.
He's holding me back.
Considering she's got 2 babies inside her, she's not heavily pregnant.
Feel lost.
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 Obi-Wan.
Great TV show, Anakin.
That's where J.J. Abrams comes from.
Something's happening. Not the Jedi. I want more. I know I shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't. It's sad seeing him try to act.
Yeah. At least he gives it a bit more in this, but he's still...
It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
The world is not enough for Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. We could rule the galaxy. Make things...
Yeah, it's following you.
Oh. I like...
She says, I'm not going to die in childbirth, Annie. I promise you. And then she does.
Yeah. Don't make promises you can't keep.
Yeah.
I like... It's weird that Utapau is like just basically a pit. You know, it's a planet of pits.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, one thing I will say, well, blimey, we're already 52 minutes in. I mean, it does go a lot faster than the 2 previous ones.
Yeah, at least it moves, you know.
Yeah.
54 minutes, you know, not bad.
General Kenobi.
I think these creatures, whatever they are, really interesting.
And it looks like prosthetic as well, like they're wearing. They look quite cool.
Actual production design, George.
Yeah. They look cool.
Some of the CG is a little bit dated. I mean, those things are a bit unrendered.
Yeah, the
Thousands of battle droids. I think now
watching us.
let's pick up, you know, better.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it has moved quickly, it's not been like brisk, you know. It's been a couple of rough patches at the beginning. We never see them again.
Yeah. I think George Lucas with this one finally realized that this is the final chapter of the trilogy. So something actually needs to happen in this film. Something actually needs to happen.
What I find ironic, Obi-Wan is going undercover. He chooses the loudest fucking animal on the planet. Oh.
It sounds like I was gonna say it sounds like a seal.
Oh.
that CGI of Ewan McGregor looks a bit silly, but
great music for John Williams.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Imagine I mean, like the CGI of Ewan McGregor looks a bit silly, but some of the aliens here at the delegates or whatever with Grievous look a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, you get Viceroy Gumray from the Phantom Menace. He's here. Oh, Kabuda Keshops.
The Jedi have knocked out our communications with the ship.
Now the animal shuts up.
The Trade Federation, like the Chinese stereotypes, are just awful. I mean, they're just pathetic. They're just like, oh, communications with the ship has ceased. The Jedi are here. Like,
At least you can say that, you know, Dooku and Grievous, they're not stereotypes at all.
yeah.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Kenobi.
Glad you could stop by for a bite to eat.
When I first saw this film, I thought he said bald one. I was like, what? He's got hair.
Bald one.
You are a bald one. I quite like this fight.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Although I agree with Alan when he said, like, Obi-Wan much easily cuts off Grievous's hands.
Yeah, I think his fight with Grievous is a bit too easy.
I mean, I like the physical fight, but yeah, the lightsaber fight is too easy.
Yeah. If he's been trained by Count Dooku, how does Obi-Wan beat him so much, especially when he's got 4 lightsabers?
Yeah. And plus, Grievous can't use the Force as well. It's like, what?
It's pretty cool. He has 4 lightsabers. I do like that, like when he's like cutting the ground or whatever. Like it's a cool visual. Yes. Come on, Obi-Wan.
I think the whole idea behind the 4 lightsabers was that he killed Jedi and he'd stolen their lightsabers after he killed them.
Yeah, because if they were Sith lightsabers, they would all be red.
Yeah. That's the point, actually. If Dooku trained him, why didn't Dooku give him a lightsaber?
Yeah, if Dooku trained him, how does Obi-Wan beat him so easily?
Yeah. Like, this is where, like, the epicness of this film, really, the scope of it is much more impressive than the first.
I mean, this film actually feels like a Star Wars film because there's wars in it. There's fighting, not bloody taxes or love. I like that close-up of Grievous.
And Obi-Wan, oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's like a
Kind of-
crab.
Yeah, he turns into this like spider kind of thing, crab kind of thing. The way he walks.
Like, who built Grievous? That's what I want to know.
I think I know who built Grievous. It was a production team meeting. Like,
Oh no, I mean like in the film, just in the world of the film. Imagine like with Dooku,
yeah.
because he has a heart as well. Like they're giving him a real heart to connect to the wires. Like, I mean, I don't really understand how it works, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand how that creature can survive that fall.
oh. Fucking seal.
It'll be, yeah. oh.
Ugh.
The oppression of the Sith will never return. You have lost.
God, this film's been on for an hour.
It's gone by pretty quick.
Yeah. Plot to destroy the Jedi.
They need my big black Johnson.
You're under arrest, motherfucker. Peaceful transition? Ugh.
You know, I don't understand. If the Jedi are supposed to be so peaceful, why do they use violence?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that it's ironic that Mace Windu says in Attack of the Clones, "We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers." He's the most aggressive fucking Jedi in the Council.
You know, when he says we're keepers of the peace, but you're the Jedi and you're going around killing all these people. I mean, killing the bad guys, but
Yeah, this is the scene where finally Anakin gets it. It's
yeah,
like, you're the Sith Lord, as if it was such a mystery.
I know. Like, Anakin must be pretty thick, to be honest.
I don't
Right.
know what George's intention was for us to, obviously, because we know it's Palpatine right from the beginning. We know it's him. We've seen Return of the Jedi.
They should have made it more of a mystery who Palpatine, that Palpatine was Sidious.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, to be honest. But that's
Yeah.
the trouble, because it's a series of prequels. We know what comes afterwards.
Yeah. They should have disguised Sidious's voice or something like that, or made him look different, so it'd be more of a shock. Like,
Yeah.
Darth Plagueis.
Yeah. Even the nature of the dark side.
Yeah.
It's basically him saying, Anakin, do I have to fucking spell it out for you? The dark
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Yeah. You know the dark side? No shit, Skywalker.
No shit, Anakin.
He shouldn't have said that, though, because Anakin's like, oh, you're the one, then. You're the evil lord.
A larger view of the Force.
How the fuck does he know this?
Well, no, that Anakin's married to Padme.
Yeah, how did he know, though, that...
He can feel his anger.
The way he says "use me," it sounds a bit homoerotic, like "use me," like.
You're the Sith Lord.
You're the shit lord.
Oh. And it is called Revenge of the Shit.
A new pope is the next one. Then the Empire smokes crack.
You're forgetting Rogue Bun.
I feel your anger. One thing I will say about Mark Kermode is he kind of disses Ian McDermott. He said, "Oh, he's a pantomime film. Come on, he's like the best part of the film."
Yeah. He did say that McDermott was good. But he's never been a Star Wars fan, has he?
No, although he said like with Force Awakens, kind of won him over to the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah. Because it's been Disney-fied.
Yeah, he hates the prequels.
Oh, yeah.
Like most people.
Oh. Now, this chase is
Imagine if Grievous made seal noises.
Oh. That animal's fucking annoying.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck it is, it's like a giant lizard gecko thing.
Yeah. With, like, the voice of a seal.
Yeah, I do like this action scene.
I think the physical fight that they have is great.
Yeah. I love the fact that Obi-Wan uses the blaster. It's like James Bond or something like that.
I like the music. And
Yeah, the dun, 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 yeah.
And the bike just falls over the edge. Obi-Wan, what are you motherfucking doing? I'm keeping the...
His chest open.
Ooh! It's gonna hurt. This is hard. Why would a droid need organs? Like,
Oh no, he's an alien inside a droid casing. I think that's
Oh,
what
right.
it is. Yeah.
How high that is.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It's just so fucking cool as well, where he just shoots him to death.
Well, that's the end of him.
Well, he blew a fuse.
So uncivilized.
Yeah, I love that line.
I think we got our wires crossed, Grievous.
Could you imagine if he, yeah, it's like, well, he blew a fuse, like
Oh.
go out. Oh, sorry, shocking, positively shocking.
Your fighting skills have ample ability.
A Sith Lord.
Don't look so shocked, Master Windu. We must move quickly. Well, you might want to run then. How they can just walk and talk, and it's meant to look urgent.
Yeah. It's like, this is a certain destruction for the Republic. Let's just walk here a bit. No, motherfucker. You white ass cracker. Sit your ass down.
Get your punk ass down.
Can you imagine say, shut your white ass up, you motherfucker. I'm gonna solve him. I'm gonna kick this motherfucking Palpatine's ass.
Master Windu, he's holding me back.
Yeah.
This scene is beautiful with Anakin and Padme when they're looking out the windows and he's actually crying, and then the music goes. Oh, like, I think this is one of the best scenes of the movie.
Oh yeah, it's really well directed, this scene.
See, George, you can do it.
You know, I didn't mention this in my review of Attack of the Clones or Phantom Menace, but there are some really good shots in both of those films, and I see, you know, hints of a good director. It's just, you know, it's hints of a director that used to be good, you know. Yeah, this music here is great. Sounds kind of Middle East. The music kind of sounds a bit Middle Eastern with the voices or whatever, but it works. Yeah.
I think we're actually nearly halfway through the film. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Oh, wow. We are halfway through the film.
Yes.
Hayden Christensen's actually rather good in this scene.
I think his acting's definitely better than Attack of the Clones, but it's just he still needs to perfect his acting.
Yeah. When he's given the emotional scenes and the dark scenes, he does them quite well.
Yeah.
But in the normal scenes, like or if he's trying to be funny, it doesn't, it's not natural.
Yeah. It's funny Anakin has a change of heart and goes back to save Palpatine. Master Windu.
Because he's now been manipulated. He believes that Palpatine is the only one that can help him save Padme.
Oh, you're in the bit where Palpatine's talking to Windu.
Yeah. You're under arrest, Chancellor.
Yeah. Motherfucker! You're under arrest, motherfucker. This
I am
the Senate.
Love how he does his like spin.
That sound he makes those kind of funny.
Those Jedi are useless.
Yeah. Yeah. He beats them so easily.
Why didn't Windu bring like a whole army?
Yeah, he defeats Kit Fisto. He defeats all those like legendary Jedi with like one blow.
Exactly. Windu should have brought the whole Jedi army I mean, you know, like you did for Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. One thing I did notice was when Palpatine was attacking Windu. That face.
His pound
Yeah.
face.
Motherfucker, don't mess with me. One thing I have to say, it was kind of obvious. Like when Palpatine was fighting Mace Windu, there was a close up of his face briefly for 1 second, and it was CGI. But oh well.
Yeah.
I do like this fight, but yeah, Samuel Jackson with the point.
And then they clearly have a stunt double for Palpatine.
Oh, he cuts the glass. Shit.
Huh. Expressions are amazing.
That face that Ian McDermott made was just hilarious. His faces. The music's great though.
And Anakin just walks in. I think he'd run.
Yeah. You are under arrest, my lord. The Jedi are taking over.
Taking over.
The Sith will never return. You have lost. Oh,
Yeah.
no. You shall die. It's interesting how you see. It's interesting how you see Darth Sidious become disfigured in this.
Yeah.
When you move.
I think this was actually quite scary the way it was
Yeah.
done. Even though it was CGI,
Yeah.
it looked quite freaky to me when I was a kid.
Yeah, it is kind of disturbing, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. The only reason Anakin saves Palpatine is because he believes that Palpatine will help save his wife.
Yeah.
Help me.
Too weak.
What I don't understand is why did he keep shooting electricity at him?
Maybe he just couldn't control it.
He could have just stopped. Instead, he let himself get some more disfigured. Yeah. He's too just to be left alive.
Don't kill me. Please.
I love the fact that Palpatine's a coward as well. Like at the end of it, he's a coward. Please don't.
No. That was dramatic.
Shit.
No. He's a liar.
Power.
Yeah. This is quite over the top.
Yeah.
Unlimited
Power.
Mace Windu flies out the window.
Yeah. Miss Window, as you said. Miss Window.
I think Georgia knew that joke was coming. So. What have I done?
My cousin actually doesn't like the fact that the top in this film, he said that he kind of ruined him in this film because they made him so over the top, but I kind of like it.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
What
Force.
have I done?
Yeah, that's terrible acting. What have I done?
I will do whatever you ask. I can't live without her.
It's weird the sounds he makes, like the. If we work together.
And then he tries to kill his son in episode 6.
Good.
Good.
I mean, this may sound odd, but he looks like a walking mummy almost.
Yeah.
A powerful shit you will become.
He's already a powerful little shit.
Darth Vader.
I have to admit, when I first saw this film, I was very like, wow, oh, that's the first time we ever hear that name.
Yeah,
That was the moment.
when I first saw this scene as a kid, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like this part of the movie as a kid was when I really went, wow, this is a great film. Like when I was a kid, like this part of the movie right there,
I mean,
where he says, "You'll be
it
known
is
as
a-
Darth Vader."
you know what? I would. It's a good film, and
Yeah,
it's definitely the best reason. Even though some things don't make sense, it'll do.
yeah. They will kill us.
But the fact that Anakin's able to now kill so easily,
Yeah.
as well.
Everyone kill me.
And then surely when Anakin goes to kill the younglings, he must be thinking about his own children then,
Yeah.
because he's going to be a dad. So to kill children, that's just low.
Yeah. Although I understand him attacking the clones, like when he kills all the women and children, the sand people. Like Padme's like to be human, like to be angry is to be human, and then it's like in Revenge of the Sith, and it's like Revenge of the Sith. You killed younglings. Oh, so it doesn't matter if it's sand people, but it matters if it's younglings. You know.
What's your excuse, Padme? Well, the script said so. Ask George.
That betrayal will be dealt with. I love the fact that now he is the Emperor. Like he's got the look now of the Emperor. Like he finally reveals himself as the Emperor.
He's basically declared himself the Emperor.
Yeah.
He's like wipe out the Trade Federation leader.
The galaxy
Rule the galaxy.
shall have peace. I do like that.
He's scary.
Yeah.
Great.
I have to say, Revenge of the Sith is one of the best soundtracks.
Oh, definitely. Marching scene always gets me. The aerial shot.
Yeah, it's great.
And
Wow.
the marching.
We've still got another hour left, but it's going by pretty well.
It's moving. Done. Done.
At least it's not a fucking snail.
Yeah, that's true.
What bit are you on?
The bit when I think the bit just before Order 66.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
When will Obi-Wan finally get rid of that creature? Fucking seal lizard gecko.
Yeah. It's a me, but it looks pretty obvious they just put that guy in a green suit and, you know.
I mean, that shot was an obvious green screen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get this. How the hell do the clone troopers just suddenly turn? Like, what? It doesn't make sense.
He's like, execute Order 66. Yeah, I don't get it either, but.
I mean, it's a great scene. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
powerful. But still, it's like, why?
It's like, what the fuck are you doing, mate?
Oh.
Could you imagine if Obi-Wan just went to Commander Cody? What the fuck are you doing?
The music is so good for this
I
scene.
have to say this montage scene is really good.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Come on.
I like the fact that it shows the feet of the stormtroopers, like it shows them running and then it shows them like their feet stopping. Like, that's a good shot. Oh, this scene's kind of stupid with the flyers here.
This music, I think the track is called Anakin's Betrayal. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, this blue girl here dies in the flowers. It's a bit silly, but it's the only thing that takes it away. Like,
Yeah, it looks like her fall just looks so staged.
Not only that, but she looks like she's kind of like she's kind of like hugging the grass or whatever it is, like when she falls down.
I love that shot of Yoda. He can feel the pain,
Yeah, he knows that there's a disturbance in the Force.
the big one.
Yeah. Jedi are fucked. They should have called this film The Last Jedi. It would have made much more sense.
To be fair, though, Revenge of the Sith is quite a fitting title.
Yeah. It's funny, like they originally called Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Jedi, and then they changed it to Return of the Jedi at the last moment.
Actually, sorry, I have to disagree with you about your earlier statement. Because Luke trains to become a Jedi in the later films, so you can't really call this one The Last Jedi. But I see where you're coming from.
Well, Obi-Wan is kind of the Last Jedi, that's what I mean, but... There's Yoda.
Yoda here is. I believe actually Peter Mayhew is not in The Last Jedi. Somebody else is now playing Chewbacca.
I think maybe he's just getting a bit too old now.
Yeah, he is very old.
It was funny, like that Chewbacca, like this the younglings. Oh, that's dark.
That is the it's low.
He's a baby killer.
Yeah.
It's a 12. I mean, to be honest, how could you love any man after he killed kids?
Yeah. So did you kill the younglings? I guess the
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I guess the reason why she's more emotional about him killing the kids is because obviously she's worried about their kids. If they grow up with a murderer for a father, I think she's worried what will happen to Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the scene where Natalie Portman there was crying, like she knows what's kind of going on.
Yeah. Well, no, she thinks Anakin's dead, but she doesn't know he's evil yet. But
I know, but it's kind of foreshadowing what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah. I think this is George Lucas's son, actually.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah, apparently it is. Yeah, this little one. No. Oh, yeah, Jimmy Smits.
Yeah, they're basically wiping out the Jedi, the clones or the stormtroopers, as we later called.
Jimmy Smits, he got nothing to do in Attack of the Clones, and he just turns up in Revenge of the Sith out of nowhere.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Master Kenobi. I mean, what's great about Revenge of the Sith is this actually feels like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. It's weird.
Got about 52 minutes left.
I kind of forgot that Chewbacca was in this film. Despite the fact that we go to the Wookiee planet, we never really actually get to see much of Chewbacca.
It's like, so long, Chewbacca. Miss you, I will. One thing I will say, and I agree with you, why did they cut out the scene where Yoda leaves for Dagobah? I know it's not so later in the film, but why didn't they cut that scene out? It's only like 30 seconds long.
Exactly, and it makes perfect sense. You know, Yoda says he's going to exile. Why don't you show him landing on Dagobah?
I mean, it's not like it would add a huge amount to the runtime. It's only like a 30-second scene, you know.
Yeah, the film's already 2 hours, 20 minutes long.
I love the way they recreated the original ship from A New Hope in this film.
Oh, the Tantive 4, yeah.
And they did the
Great
same.
design.
And they did the same for Rogue One.
Yes, they did. I was really glad they did that because obviously they had to lead into A New Hope perfectly.
Yeah. it'll be interesting watching Rogue One again after this, and then A New Hope, because like if you think about it, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, and A New Hope, they're the closest to each other in terms of time.
Well, yeah, but then again, Revenge of the Sith is like 20 years before Rogue One.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, apart from the opening scene, of course. Jin is young.
Well, so then technically it is.
Yeah. It's funny how Grievous's body was still there.
Yeah.
Senator Organa. My clone troops turned on me and help.
The Jedi are fucked. Oh.
Until episode 6.
It's weird that it was weird to see 3PO in Attack of the Clones was silver, but now he's goldenness.
So they painted him gold. Seems like it took Anakin years to finish C-3PO.
Yeah. I think Natalie Portman's much more natural in episode 3, and I think that's her worst performance. I think this might be her best performance.
Yeah, probably because the scenes that she's given aren't as cringeworthy. I mean, the only line which is really annoying for me, is when she says, "You're breaking my heart," and when she says, "Annie, hold me like you did all those years ago on Naboo." It's like, George.
To remain loyal to the Chancellor.
I mean, she's trying. She really is trying, you know.
I mean, she's a good actress, I will say that.
Thankfully, Natalie Portman redeemed herself with Black Swan. But, I mean, in the Star Wars prequel, she was terrible. I mean, you wouldn't guess she was an Oscar-winning actress. Although, you know, I'll give her a pass for Revenge of the Sith, because, you know, she wasn't so bad in this one. You know?
Yeah, one thing I will say is that even before she was in Star Wars, she was a pretty good actress. Like, I've seen a film of hers called Leon the Professional, where she plays this. She's like a 12-year-old in it, and she was 12 years old when she made it, Leon the Professional. But she's actually really good in that film. She's also in that film Jackie. I heard she's good in that as well.
Yes, yeah, I've been interested to see that. I might try and watch that.
Helpless. Oh, 3PO.
He doesn't get much to do in this film, does he? It's 3PO.
Yeah. Well.
Dun, 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 dun. But you do feel like with this third film, there's actually a progression in the story.
Yeah. Thank God.
It's sad that Obi-Wan and Yoda are the only two Jedi that survive.
Yeah. We must go back.
Do you think George Lucas became kind of lazy when it came to the CGI?
Yeah. Although I love the look of Mustafar.
Oh yeah, I mean Mustafar looks great.
And it came back in Rogue One.
Yes, very briefly. Dun, 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 dun.
It's funny that Darth Vader lives on the same planet that scarred him for life.
Well, temporarily anyway.
Yeah. What bit are you on?
Just when we see the people on Mustafar.
Yeah.
When he says, "My new apprentice, Darth Vader, will arrive."
Yeah, and this is very dark. He basically gets rid of all his like friends. Basically, he gets Anakin to get rid of them all.
Mm. I mean, that scene is very well done, intercutting with Palpatine's courtroom session. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, there's less of the political shit you got in the first two films. I mean, you get some of it in the early stages of the movie, but by this point, the movie's not about the political stuff.
The political bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you need to world build. That's fine, but I think
The main problem with Phantom Menace was Jar Jar Binks. The main problem with Attack of the Clones was the love story. Here, they don't have any of those bothersome things.
yeah. Although this is quite a long film.
Yeesh.
Da-da-da. Love the score by John Williams.
I'd say maybe Revenge of the Sith is a bit too long, but
Yeah. It doesn't feel as long as Attack of the Clones.
yeah, or Phantom Menace. And surprisingly, it's longer than both of those films.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
R2 scared the shit.
I think John Williams should have won an Oscar for his score for Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, he should have.
I've actually got the game of Revenge of the Sith, and this level was really hard.
Yeah.
Like when you have to assassinate all the people on Mustafar.
Yeah. Lego Star Wars game was fun.
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
I don't mind Yoda using his lightsaber in this film because it's a desperate situation, but I hated him using the lightsaber in
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, because he even says in Empire Strikes Back to Luke, he says, "Muscle, I am not about this. Like the Force is my weapon."
Yeah, the Force is my ally. But I think it makes perfect sense in Revenge of the Sith because, like you say, he's in a desperate situation. But also, it's epic when he fights Palpatine.
This is like I think this is like an allusion to Hitler here, like them giving them the emergency powers is like when Hitler was given the emergency powers.
Yeah.
I think even Lucas said that. Like the fact that you have the main bad guys that under his will cord called the Stormtroopers is basically a reference to the Nazis.
And because now he's obviously physically deformed, you know, he's going to use that as an excuse to say that the Jedi attacked me, or they should be defeated, and we should form a galactic empire. I mean, that part of the politics is interesting, but yeah.
Are you in the Youngs bit?
Yeah. Who could have done this?
I'll tell you who did it. Fucking Anakin!
Qui-Gon Jinn would be shitting in his grave.
Yeah.
This is a really well done scene.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, he wipes them all out, you know.
Yeah. This is dark, you know.
Oh, God.
Stop! No!
Yeah.
I don't even see his eyes.
No! I just got to that bit. It's interesting that Padme says democracy dies here, like in the next scene.
With thunderous applause.
Yeah.
I think she knows that the Chancellor is up to something, but she doesn't quite know what.
As a fist!
Galactic Empire.
Empire! I like her line, you know, democracy dies with thunderous applause.
It's like Palpatine has now finally got what he wants.
Yes.
He's finally he's got the galaxy in the palm of his hands.
Yeah.
The war is over.
This is how liberty dies with thunderous applause.
The only one. Wow!
There's peace! I mean, they're pathetic, the Trade Federation, so...
Yeah, I mean, you don't really care when they die anyway. So. When I didn't care for them in The Phantom Menace, I'm not likely to care for them in Revenge of the Sith. You know? I mean, they said in the Phantom Menace that Anakin's future was clouded. You know, so surely they knew something might have happened to make him turn evil. But oh well.
Well, they said his future was clouded, but they didn't know, so they just had to take a gamble.
Yeah, I bet they hate Qui-Gon Jinn now.
That's why they're like, Qui-Gon, you brought the soreness. It's funny because he does become the chosen one and bring balance back to the Force, but only after he kills all the fucking Jedi.
Yeah, despite turning evil, and then with the help of his son, you know, turns back to the good side. I can't watch anymore.
Oh dear. I have to say that is the only bad delivery of the line by Ewan McGregor. Like when he sees the Emperor like anointing Anakin, he's like, I can't watch. Like
I can't watch anymore.
The way he says it, it's like
For the dark side.
Side. Fuck him.
I mean, the CGI for Yoda isn't so bad. It's pretty good for what it is.
Yeah.
I quite like this scene with Obi-Wan and Padme. He tries to convince her that Anakin's...
You turned her against me!
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
He killed younglings, bitch.
And he's going to kill your little younglings.
Anakin's the father. I'm so sorry that he fucks her.
Well, he fucks her and then he says, Anakin's the father. I'm so sorry. This is actually...
Killing younglings.
This is probably one of the best acted scenes of the film.
Yeah.
Two of the best actors in the film.
Yeah.
Palpatine is the Sith Lord we've been looking for.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Don't believe it, bitch. You married a murderer. Silly Padme. You're going to kill him, aren't you?
You wanted to just Nelson around went,
Yeah. Surely, like, maybe she should be a bit more shocked. Like,
I think her acting's good here. I think she doesn't believe him.
Yeah.
She's in a state of denial.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she should try and stop him from killing Anakin, you know?
Yeah.
Anakin is the father, isn't he? I'm so... Actually, I mean, despite the fact that there's loads of CGI, one piece of production design which I do like is Anakin and Padme's like balcony set. That's really good.
Yeah. There's no redeeming him now except when he gets redeemed in Return of the Jedi.
By Luke, yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I love the big control arm things from Mustafar.
Could you imagine the Jedi made a cock up? Oh wait, it's a ginormous cock up. He's not the chosen one.
Yeah. Qui-Gon, have you been on the gin again? Also, at the end of the movie, they reference Qui-Gon Jinn, like in a way that Obi-Wan could communicate with him. But that's never taken any further, is it?
No. No, it isn't, mate.
The hang of this flying business. Ooh. I got 3PO.
Fuck you.
Funny how Padme was allowed to keep the ship after the Phantom Menace. We're actually coming quite close to the climax of the film now. It is finished then.
Justice.
Yeah, shut down the droids because they're fucking useless.
Yeah, they're pointless. Yeah.
I'm amazed they even lasted through the Clone Wars.
This fight is epic. I mean, maybe it does go on a bit long, but I still really like it.
I mean, despite some of the cringy dialogue, this is actually quite a nice scene between Anakin and Padme.
Yeah. He's born. Can you imagine shocking? I killed them all, but not just the man, but the woman and the children too! I hate them! Anakin, if you think about it, is a bit of a child. He's like, you turned her against me!
Brat. I mean, how does this planet sustain itself? It's made of lava, you know. So worried about you.
It's...
So he can fuck you. He's known for a while. All I want is your love.
But he can't turn back anyway, like...
Well, not yet.
He's already killed all these Jedi.
Undo that, but...
Could you imagine he said, don't do this, you're a good person. Could you imagine if he just said, okay, and like just left with her?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Like, I'm sorry, Anakin. To be angry is to be human, so I forgive you.
Yeah.
I think you mean children.
I can overthrow him. Uh-oh.
Now this
It's
is
crazy.
So
have you seen that video where like Darth Vader from A New Hope with like Anakin from like The Phantom Menace?
Yeah, with his voice. It's like, I'm going to be the first one to see them all. Are you an angel?
And he goes, yippee! I don't know you anymore.
I don't want to hear any more about Obi-Wan. I will agree with Mark Commode. Hayden Christensen is pretty much a pretty boy.
Yeah.
You're breaking my heart! Poor Natalie Portman.
Liar.
You're breaking my heart! Lucas, show, don't tell.
Shit, he's strangling her.
Liar!
Go! The scene is quite powerful, though, despite us taking a piss out of it.
You brought him here to fuck me. Let her.
You have done that yourself.
I was worried because I thought she was dead at this point.
I thought she kicked the bucket.
Then I remembered, oh yeah, she's pregnant. They'll have to give birth to Luke and Leia at some point.
Do not take her from me.
His face. Allow this Dark Lord to twist your mind. This is a good fight. I'll agree. It's a very long fight, but I think it needed to be.
Some people might disagree, but I agree.
I mean, it is very choreographed, but you know what? It's fine.
You know what? Screw him.
My new empire.
There's no backlash. There's no backlash. Fuck you. Of course there's a backlash.
To democracy.
Yeah, I love that line.
Enemy.
I don't get that line, but fair enough.
It's like only a Sith deals in absolutes. Only a Sith would say that. The music is amazing.
Da, 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 da.
This is probably one of the best climaxes to a Star Wars movie. I love the way it cuts between the two lightsaber fights. You've got Yoda and Sidious as well. Just shoves the guards out the way.
Don't make me kill you.
Or should I call you Darth Sidious?
It's an epic lightsaber fight.
This is one of my favorite lightsaber fights. Anakin and Obi-Wan.
It is epic. I think it goes on a bit long, but I do like it. The Yoda fight's good as well.
Yeah, I think this was the time when you should have saved Yoda having a lightsaber. Like, forget Attack of the Clones. You didn't need that fight. But this fight was this is a fight I've always wanted, Yoda and the Emperor.
What's so great about it is that you have the master of the light side and the master of the dark side fighting each other.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Which is why it's epic. When they go up into the courtroom as well. That's amazing. I mean,
That's the best part of the politics is when they're fighting in the courtroom.
Literally.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, this I mean, it's choreographed a lot, but it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, this was a great fan moment. I was like, yes, I wanted this fight.
You wanted death and destruction.
Why leave?
Dude,
and I thought it connected really well to Empire because obviously Yoda loses his lightsaber.
Green friend.
Vroom, vroom. I think I'm quite far ahead of you, actually.
What bit are you on?
The bit when Yoda and Sidious start fighting.
In the courtroom?
Oh no, just with lightsabers. Dun, dun.
I'm on that as well.
Oh, this is quite tense. When he's strangling him. It's hard for Obi-Wan because he doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to fight Anakin. But yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I love this lightsaber fight. It's just both lightsaber fights are epic. Two at the same time, it's brilliant. The fact that you have them both at the same time is just great.
Yeah, I'm glad that Lucas chose to do it that way.
Yeah, that scene where he strangles Obi-Wan's quite dark. Like
Ian McDermott's expressions again are hilarious. And this is the first time we see people use the Force together.
Yeah.
Ha! And this is great because they reintroduce the Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I love Sidious and Yoda fighting as they're going up into the courtroom.
And he's throwing all the things down on him.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about that lightsaber fight is like when before they using the Force on each other, they spin their lightsabers in front of each other without making any contact. That was a bit showy offy, but
Yeah.
that's just pretty great film.
I mean, this is so good with the Duel of the Fates theme.
Yeah. Unlimited power.
Ian McDermott is enjoying himself so much.
Yeah. Yeah, the Duel of Fates here is great. Yeah, you can tell he's having a ball. Oh.
The lightning.
Oh. I have to say, John Williams wrote classic soundtracks for all the prequels.
Oh yeah.
I love the Duel of Fates.
Ah.
Oh, da, da, da.
It's a shame that Yoda lost his lightsaber, but oh well.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think the Yoda and Sidious fight is too short, but maybe the other one is a bit long.
Maybe if you evened out those things.
Yeah, that might have made it a little bit better. But the more important fight is, of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan. So
Yeah.
I understand why they focused on that one more.
Yeah, the Emperor and Yoda fight they threw in more for a bit of fun.
Yeah, that was a fan service moment. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit. Dun, dun, dun. He's like, like he's about to fall off. Dun, 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 dun.
Double-os. Lord Vader.
I mean, I'm really enjoying Revenge of the Sith, rewatching this again.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's good. I love this bit of their fight when
Yeah.
the wave of lava comes in.
Yeah.
And the arm breaks off.
Yeah.
One thing you could say, the emotion is definitely in the right place. George Lucas knew how to, emotionally drive the story at least.
Yeah. Lol, because we get Adam Driver in Force Awakens.
Not even born yet.
Yeah. Well, in the
timeline.
yeah. Yeah, this bit with the lava on the bridge is awesome. I'm surprised they don't get killed by the lava. You'd think they would say to themselves, maybe fighting somewhere else where there isn't lava would be better.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, say what you will about Revenge of the Sith, but I mean, there are things that don't make sense. It's not a perfect film, but the way it ties in, I think, is great.
Yeah, and it's definitely the most epic of the prequels. It feels like an epic conclusion.
Yeah.
I can definitely see why. Like, I wouldn't rate it above A New Hope now, but I can definitely see why, as a kid, I would have rated it above New Hope because it is just very epic.
Yeah, but
Where A New Hope is just kind of like a
there are still
meat and
problems
potato
with it.
sort of. Yeah.
I still would rank it quite low, but it's not at the very bottom. I'd rank it probably number 6 out of 8.
I probably agree. Yeah.
It's still good.
I think there's only, for me, one bad Star Wars film in out of the 8 films. Well, maybe 2 kind of okay to sort of not very good Star Wars films.
You think Attack of the Clones is the worst easily?
Yeah.
I mean, this was already way better than Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. I like the fact that they're swinging on the vines as well. That's kind of cool. I mean, they're going all out with this fight.
They really are. And John Williams with the score as well. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
This theme is one of his best tracks. I think it's called Battle of the Heroes. It's amazing.
I love it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I failed you. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. What a line.
Yeah.
Oh. This is the end for you, my master. As a kid, I was really invested in prequels. So I really kind
I have failed you.
Yeah. Whoa! I was really loving this film when it was out. Some friends as well, which longed to see it. Oh, this line is a bit silly. Oh, I have the high ground.
Oh, did you see this film with your friends?
Well, I was in my friend's mum. Well, I've got 2 friends that are twin brother and sister. Invited me to see it with them. Their mum took us to see it. I was going to go with my dad, but then they took us.
I remember being so hyped to see this film when I was a kid. I was so hyped to see it, and it definitely paid off.
Yeah. You were the chosen one. This scene is brilliant. Join the Sith, not join them. Williams. You know, I have to say, George Lucas's direction isn't half bad. He's done a better job here.
Yeah. We've still got 19 minutes left, or 15 minutes.
Yeah. And they
You're supposed to join the Sith, not destroy the Sith, not join them. I love this acting by Ewan McGregor.
You're my brother, Anakin.
No.
I loved you. This is graphic.
And the look on Anakin's face, like when Obi-Wan's lecturing him, it looks like Anakin's sorry. Like, he looks like, and then he says, "I hate you."
When he's burning, oh, that's graphic. I think this was the scene that made it a 12.
Yeah. Not only that, but also the fact that there's a lot more dark context. A lot of people die in this film, and the fact that he killed younglings as well, I think, made it a 12, even though you don't see it. Oh, yeah.
And he just leaves him there.
He's getting burnt to a crisp!
He just takes the lightsaber, obviously, for episode 4. He just leaves him. It's funny how they say the birth of Darth Vader is at the end. Technically, Anakin dies here, but is brought back in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. What I don't understand is how did he survive the burns like that? And the fact that his arms are cut off. I don't know.
Because he's a special guy. You know, he's a Sith Lord. He's got powers. He was crawling his way up, but I don't know.
Padme's crackers.
To be honest, Anakin burning kind of does explain why he's living inside the suit of Darth Vader for so long. And I like the ending isn't dragged out. Well, it is dragged out. Sorry, it's not rushed. They take their time to really kind of draw you into A New Hope.
Wow. This definitely, I think, belongs with the other Star Wars films. I mean, chuck Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones in the trash, but but you can keep this film any day.
I think this is a good enough conclusion. I mean, it could be better, but for what it is, it's good enough. It'll do.
Pretty good. I still enjoy it.
It's pretty good.
Yes, I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, George. Not bad.
You finally got off your arse.
Yeah. And you got your finger out of your arse. This is the key, Rick. This is the key. We have to make episode 3 good at least. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that the year Star Wars kind of ended, Doctor Who came back? Because I remember as a kid, I was a huge Star Wars fan before I got into Doctor Who. And about the time Star Wars ended, I became a Doctor Who fan. And as soon as Star Wars came back in 2015, I started to become more a fan of that again, and Doctor Who started to die off again. Like, it's weird how it works.
That is kind of ironic. I really like the ending of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It's quite sad. It's quite tragic when Padme dies, childbirth, have a funeral, and it's all kind of all but lost, really.
It is a bit of a downbeat ending, but
I mean, obviously, we end with Luke being taken to Tatooine and the binary sunset, which
is kind of a semi-happy note to end it on.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Lucas, had that little reference at the very end, where it all started. That was like full circle. Obviously, he thought he wasn't going to make any more Star Wars movies after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Well, he thought the saga was over. I mean, it does say the complete saga in the Blu-ray, and on my DVD, it says the saga is now complete. Because I mean, for years we all thought this was the end of Star Wars. We thought, right, Revenge of the Sith, that's it. That's the end of the Star Wars story.
Yeah, 6 movies, and that's that. You got to save the babies. She's got twins.
It's interesting. You can die of a broken heart, which is a shame.
Even though it is a little bit silly in this movie, how she kind of does die of a broken heart, but in a way you can't blame her.
Well, yeah, I can understand why though she died of a broken heart. I mean, Anakin basically became a murderer. You turned her against me.
No. Together with like the birth of Darth Vader, and then obviously the twins being born.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually that's a nice cut. Well, I mean, CGI is very good because I mean Anakin looks like a fucking crisp, like charred to a crisp. It's interesting. She dies and Darth Vader is born at the same time, kind of.
And the twins are born as well.
Yeah, and Leia.
I mean, she acts great in this scene.
Luke and Leia, like.
I mean, to act giving birth is not easy. Although it is a bit quick how they're born. But I guess they have to.
Where does she come up with the news? Does it just come off her, out of her head?
Of course. Now, this was a great moment.
Oh yeah, this was great. I mean, the mask coming down. I remember watching this as a kid. I was going, "Fuck yes, Darth Vader is born."
I'm like, oh wow, that shot was the shot I always wanted to see.
That was a great shot. Dun, 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 dun.
This is very sad. Padme's death. I guess they didn't really have a choice but to kill her off because, she's in Trilogy.
Yeah.
I know there's good in him. Foreshadowing for Return of the Jedi.
Star Wars.
The shot when he rises up.
The way the shot of him coming up, it's kind of like the creation of Frankenstein, the old Universal films. I think George Lucas is kind of trying to homage that. Like it's like Darth Vader's like a monster, a bit like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's so great they got James Earl Jones back as well.
At least he's not a brat anymore, I suppose. But it was actually Hayden Christensen in the suit.
Yeah. Well, he was a tall guy. I think he was 6'1".
Where's Padme?
Is she safe?
Is she all right?
Is she all right?
Palpatine's such a...
I would love to play Darth Vader in a prequel because I'm tall enough to play him.
I felt it. Like,
Palpatine was alive. I felt it. Yeah.
What an absolute dick.
What are you going to say?
Palpatine's such a dick.
He is. Yeah, he is, because he promised that he would save her life, and he's like, oh, she's dead.
Oh, George. Cheesy.
No!
No.
That no kind of ruined the scene.
That moment was powerful when Anakin really thought that he'd killed his own wife. And then I think in Return of the Jedi, when Luke is begging for him, I think then he sort of has a moment when he realizes that everything Palpatine has done has, he's betrayed him.
What's interesting is that what's interesting about Darth Vader, that scene where he says no, apparently was cut down a lot from when it was originally released in cinema. Like, they cut it down for the DVD because a lot of people said that no bit was stupid. I mean, if you have to have the no in Revenge of the Sith, fair enough, but why did you have to add it to Return of the Jedi? Like, why?
No.
It's interesting as well how you see the split up of the twins, like how Leia goes with Bail Organa, yeah.
Yeah. And then Luke obviously going to Tatooine with Owen and Beru.
Yeah. When he said the netherworld of the Force and he says Qui-Gon, it would have been nice to see Qui-Gon as a ghost, but
yeah, just to mark the end of the trilogy,
Yeah.
Because then Obi-Wan would have questioned him and said, Anakin has turned evil. He can't be the chosen one,
Yeah.
Have this protocol droid's mind wiped. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean that ties in with the original trilogy because, of course, C-3PO doesn't know who Darth Vader is.
Yeah, he doesn't remember. I mean, the only thing he says is "Thank the Maker," but
yeah,
little does he know that's actually Vader.
Yeah.
Oh,
the scene's quite sad.
Jar Jar's sad.
He's like, she's a dada.
And I like how she's got the little carving ornament Anakin made her in the Phantom Menace.
Oh, in her hands, yeah.
Yeah. I think Revenge of the Sith really does ending.
Yeah, it does.
It bridges the gap really well. Obviously now we have Rogue One, but
there's a young Grand Moff Tarkin, or a youngish Grand Moff Tarkin.
He must be really quite young, in his 30s maybe.
Well, I'd say maybe his 40s.
40s, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
CGI Peter Cushing.
And of course, Grand Moff Tarkin will return in Rogue One and A New Hope.
Yes. dun.
I love that shot of Vader and the Emperor together. Like
People
it
used to,
really
yeah,
calls back to the original trilogy.
you're
Those
absolutely
shots
right.
of Vader.
People bitched about the Death Star. Saying, oh, it took them 20 years to build the first Death Star, yet it takes them 2 years to build the second one. It's like, no, they didn't. They obviously built the Death Star in less than 20 years. Have some common sense. And now Rogue One's out as well. Kind of explains, that it did take a while, but, Galen Erso implanted, that bit, into the exhaust pipes so that they could blow it up.
Yeah. That was a nice explanation in A New Hope, because it's like, why would they leave a vent there for anybody to shoot a torpedo down?
Mm.
And I like this ending where this definitely ties into the original trilogy really well.
Yeah. The very last scene of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the best scenes as well.
It's the best of the prequel trilogy, but Rogue One is the best of the prequels.
Yeah. Oh, baby Luke.
I love the fact they play the music from A New Hope when Luke is looking at the sunset. I like the fact they play that music here. Dun, 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 dun,
It's weird now that we can see Luke older in The Last Jedi.
So that's a young Joel Edgerton, or whatever.
Joel Edgerton, yeah.
Yeah. It's like probably one of his first roles. Down, down, da, 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 down. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da,
Da,
da.
da, da, da.
Da, da,
Da, da, da, da.
Job, George.
Yes.
Oh, that was Revenge of the Sith. Not one of the best of the series, but a good one.
Definitely the best of the prequels, I'd say.
Without a shadow of a doubt. It was the best of the prequels.
I think
It's 10 minutes.
I think the first half you could cut down. There's some things you didn't need in that, but the second half is where it really gets good.
First half, there's a lot of filler. And the film is a little bit too long. I would agree with you there.
Samuel L. Jackson is Miss Window.
Wonderful music by John Williams.
Yeah. He is one of the great masters of composing music for films.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling Episode 9 will probably be his last Star Wars score. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's done it for years, so.
Yeah. I mean, how old is he now, in his 70s?
I think he's in his 80s.
I think he's in his 70s now. Attack of the Clones.
I think you could say that Revenge of the Sith is easily the most rewatchable prequel.
Yeah.
The other two, I'd struggle to rewatch. But this one,
I was actually dreading rewatching Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones for my reviews, but this one, I was surprised by actually how quick it went compared to those two.
Mm. I mean, they're planning to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, so I hope that Ewan McGregor returns for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because he was great as Obi-Wan.
He was?
Roll on The Last Jedi. Comes out in what, 3 days?
The Last Bread Eye.
The Last Bread Rye. Well, good old John Williams.
I mean, if John Williams has to boy out, I think Michael Giacchino will do a good job filling in for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I for one actually liked Michael Giacchino's score for Rogue One. I mean, yeah, considering he had not much time to do it, I thought what he came up with was pretty good. I love the Jyn Erso theme. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so people were saying, like, oh, the soundtrack for Rogue One wasn't that good. I was like, it wasn't bad. I prefer it to the Force Awakens soundtrack, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I guess I would probably agree with that. Although, I do like Rey's theme from The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun. God, there's a lot of names in this production. It's no longer the best of the prequels because of Rogue One, but it's the best of the prequel trilogy.
Oh, yeah. It's a very, I could put it, mediocre trilogy.
Yeah.
The first two films really do let it down. Such a shame.
It probably just should have been one film.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to build up the relationships with the characters as well.
Well, if I had to give that a rating, I'd probably give it maybe a 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10.
You're not sure?
Yeah, well, my review's going to be up tomorrow, so then I'll be definite.
Are you going to do a sketch as well?
Yeah, I think I might, yeah.
But I think I have a feeling which scene you're going to do.
Oh, what?
Mace Windu!
Oh, you did that scene, so I might do another one.
That's alright. Do whatever you want. I pledge myself.
I want to copy your scratches, buddy.
It's okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
They did do some location filming. They shot in Tunisia as well. Probably for the last scene.
Yes. Well, buddy, I think I'd give that a 0 out of 10. Joking.
Ah! Star Wars.
I'd be surprised if Revenge of the Sith was somebody's least favorite Star Wars prequel.
Some people do actually think it is rubbish. Some people really don't like it. To which I say,
I don't think it's rubbish. I mean, say what you will about Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones, but Revenge of the Sith, I think, is a pretty good film. I mean, yes, there still are problems. Like the first half is kind of filler and arc, still, you know, a few dodgy lines and a few things they don't explain that well. But for the most part, it's pretty good.
Movies, you know.
Yeah, at least there's a plot.
You know, I mean, yeah, it is quite sudden how Anakin does turn to the dark side, but you know what? It'll do. You know, fine. That's the best that we'll get out of George Lucas. So.
Yeah, like Alan said, it'll do, George. It'll do.
It'll do, George. It'll do. He gives it a marginal pass. I'd stretch to say it's decent, but I do think that it could have been restructured. It could have been reworked, but it's fine.
I would say it's good, just not great. Just good, I give it probably a 7 or an 8, which is good. You know, just not great.
No, I give it a solid 7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely better than its two predecessors for sure, but a lot of the Revenge of the Sith, and that's just the truth of it. I mean, Rogue One especially is way better than Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. I think as a kid, I loved this film more because I was a kid. But sort of looking at it now, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's not the best.
I mean,
good enough. It's
what has remained consistent throughout all the movies is the score. Obviously, we'll put Rogue One aside for a minute, but all the other movies, episodes 1 to 7, and now 8, John Williams' soundtrack has mostly been very consistent and very impressive. Obviously, Force Awakens, it wasn't as good a score, but it was good enough. But Revenge of the Sith has definitely one of the best scores of the series.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and I guess sort of closing thoughts on this is I enjoyed Revenge of the Sith. It's a very good, very very adequate movie. It's a good enough ending to the prequel trilogy. It's better than its predecessors, and I think it ties in quite well to A New Hope. Yeah, and it's the only prequel I would go back to rewatch, to be honest, because it's the most entertaining of the three as well.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree, yeah. And yeah, George got his head out of his arse and made a Star Wars film.
Not bad, George. Not bad. Right, so unless there's anything you want to say, I think we'll call it a night.
Yeah. So may the Force be with you.
Yeah, and roll on The Last Jedi. Episode 8 is on its way.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys all for watching and listening. I'm Ollie. This is Jack. See ya.